Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to be practicing oats and peas and beans. This is a practice video. So I'm going to go through oats and peas and beans and teach you guys some of the things so that you can play this. So make sure that if you haven't already done it, you go into week 3 and you print the oats and peas and beans music for your instrument. So violins, make sure you print violin. Viola, make sure you print viola. And cello, make sure you guys print cello. Today, I have a viola. I'm playing my viola, okay? So when you guys see this, viola players, you know the strings. Cello players, you actually kind of know the strings too because the viola and cello strings are the same. They go A, D, G, C. Violins, you've only ever seen me play my violin in class because I don't usually bring my viola. So violins, the top string is my A string. So when I'm playing and it looks like I'm playing on the E string, I'm actually playing on the A string. So be really careful that if you're watching me close, you make sure you're on the correct string. Okay, so over here, I have my music on my music stand. Here's my music stand. Okay, it doesn't quite fit in the frame. The other thing I have on my music stand is I have a metronome, and I've downloaded the metronome on my phone, okay? This one is called Tempo. I don't believe this one's free. You can check. There might be a free version of it. You guys can find, just go into the app store of your smartphone or tablet and look up metronome, and you will find many free ones. Choose the one that works well for you. You do not need to pay for a metronome. If you want to have one, it is something very good to have. As we look at this song, I want you guys to take the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures, okay? Look at those 8 measures. Then go to measure 9. Everybody go to measure 9. So count from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you get to measure 9, I want you to look at measure 9. The notes in measure 9 go fees, fees, and remember, fees means F sharp, because when we look in our key signature of oats and peas and beans, there's 2 sharps. And if you remember from our D major scale, there's 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, okay? So it goes fees, fees, A, fees, E. Now go back to the very first measure. Say the notes with me. Ready? Go. Fees, fees, A, fees, E. Notice that those 2 measures are exactly the same. And if you compare the first 8 measures, measures 1 through 8, with measures 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, the second 8 measures, you'll notice that they are exactly the same. There's no differences if you go measure by measure. So compare measure 1 to measure 9, measure 2 to measure 10, measure 3 to measure 11, and you will see that they're the same. So go ahead and pause the video, look at the music, and then turn the video back on. And then I'll continue with teaching you the song. So make sure you pause the video. All right, now I'm going to go on. So as we look at this, we're going to start off with our instrument, okay? First 4 notes are fees, fees, A. And that whole measure uses the rhythm of pepperoni pizza. So if I count off 1 and 2 and 3, 4, you're going to play fees to A, back to fees, and then E. And it'll sound like this. Will you guys do that with me? Okay, so again, it's fees, A, fees, E. Play that. Ready? 3 and 4 and. Good job. Okay, now let's go to the next measure. The next measure, you'll see you have quarter, 2/8, quarter, 2/8. The rhythm in that measure is going to sound like this. It's going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Do that with me. Ready? And go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So if I click on my metronome, we're going to go a little faster now. Actually, I'll make that just a little bit slower for you guys, okay? From the beginning, first two measures, it'll sound like this if I count the rhythm. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Do that with me. Ready, set, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Good job. Now, let's add the notes in there. We did that first measure, right? So, fees, fees. And I'll line it up with the metronome. So, listen again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that with me. Ready, set, go. Good. Now let's look at the next measure. Next measure goes D, A, D, fees, fees. Do that with me. Ready? So it'll sound like this. D, A, D, fees, fees. Ready, and set, go. Nice job. Let's put that together. So it'll sound like this. Ready, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, now let's look at the next measure. Look at that measure and you're going to see that it starts on G, okay, then it goes to B, and then it goes back to G, and then F sharp. So now we're going to put our third finger on the D string, first finger on the A string, and we're going to fork our fingers. That's what we call this. I'm actually going to put both fingers down at the same time. Notice that my middle finger is kind of hanging up in the air here, okay, and so is my pinky. And I'm going to play this, and I'm going to go G to B, back to G, so, and then F sharp. Play that with me. Ready, 3 and 4 and. Good job. Let's put all three of those measures together. Ready, beginning, set, go. D, A, D, F sharp, G, B, G. Good, good. Now, next part is going to go E to A and back to E. Notice that the rhythm in that measure is the same as the second measure. So you'll go E, A, E, E, E. Play that with me. Ready? And go. Excellent job. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and do all of that. Ready? Start at the beginning. 2. Let's put the metronome on. 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now remember, before the video goes on, you can always pause this so that you can practice the measure before we go back and play through the whole thing. So go ahead and pause the video and practice it. Okay, now we're on measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on measure 5. And I want you to notice that measure 5 and 6 are exactly the same. So we're only going to practice measure 5, okay? When we look at this, this whole measure is eighth notes. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The first 4 measures go fees, D, G, D. Listen to me play that. I'm only going to put one finger down at a time. Will you guys do that with me? So fees, D, G, D. Ready? And go. Let's do that again. Ready? And set, go. The last 4 notes are actually pretty easy. It's just A to D. Do that with me. Ready, and set, go. Excellent. So if we put that together, fees, D, G, D, A, and then we do it 5 and 6 because they're the same. Start in measure 5. 3 and 4 and G, A, B, C, G, D, A. Good. Now look at the next measure. Okay, first 4 notes look familiar, same as the beginning. Feast, feast, A, but be careful, it goes E, A, and then we finish with D, D. So it's going to sound like this. Feast, E, A, D. Good job. That's measure 7. So make sure you find measure 7. If you need to pause the video to find measure 7. All right, now let's play measure 7 and 8, because 8's pretty easy. It's just open D, right? So remember, it's feast, A, E, A, and D. Ready? 3 and 4 and E, A, D. Good job. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning. Now we're going to play the entire song. Go ahead and pause the video, go back and review anything you need to, but let's play from the beginning to the end, and let's just speed it up just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. You probably won't even notice it, okay? All right, here we go. Feel the pulse. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Say that. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Get ready. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Measure 9. Good job. All right, go back, practice that as much as you need to. Make sure you can play the song, okay? And then we're going to go on to the next video I'm going to post will be the play along video. It's going to go a lot faster than that. So you make sure you get it up to speed. The speed we're looking at is probably about this. 1, 2, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's lots of string crossings in there. So as you guys are playing this, the way we're going to get those string crossings is you're going to find your D string, then you're going to lower your elbow and find your A string. Then I want you to take your elbow and find the midpoint. Okay, so D, A. Do you see I'm changing the level of my bow? Okay, then you're going to find the middle. Okay, and as we cross strings, you're going to keep that bow in the middle, and I'm actually going to move from my elbow here. Okay. So watch again. I'm going to change this a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of my elbow. Okay, there. All right, here we go. Now you can see my elbow. So watch. Okay, here's the D. Here's the A. Here's the D. Here's the A. Notice that my elbow is never higher than my wrist. Okay. All right, now I'm going to find the midpoint, and then I'm going to use my wrist and forearm from my elbow forward to change strings. Okay, you see me doing that like this, kind of like I'm turning something. Okay, all right, You guys, whoops. You didn't need to see all that. I was going to turn this off. You guys have a great day. I kind of forgot I was talking to a camera there for a minute. And I will see you in the play along video.